Shalom Akim, Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Bashim, Kodash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Crimson Lord Wells, Reverend Asher DC Camp. With a short lesson to edify the hopeful elect, doing the work of the Lord Bashim Yahushua with all diligence of mind. So you see on the screen adversity. Alright, that's the time we in, okay? So you just gotta make sure that you do whatever it's necessary to get closer to the Lord on a daily basis, because it's gonna get messed up. You can already see it, man. Folks are depressed, man. All right, so you just gotta hold on and just stick with the brotherhood. All right, that's what it boils down to. It's about the body of the Lord Yahushua. Getting cleansed, getting purged. Getting purified. That's all it says. All right, so don't don't get bogged out. All right. It's not the time to be afraid of what's happening to people in this world. It's a time that you need to have your faith, get boosted up. All right. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17. It says, "A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity." All right. So that's all it's about. It's about balance. You gotta know how to keep yourself on the straight and narrow path. All right, you're not really here in the truth, to sugarcoat things, to be a yes man to brothers. All right, but you also have to make sure that, if possible, brother is having difficulties walking the straight and narrow path, you're supposed to be able to step up and, give the brother words of advice, correction. That's exactly what this truth is all about. All right, suffer sin not on your brother. All right, and that's a beautiful thing. To make sure that the body has no difficulties moving forward, because the church needs to grow. All right, so we're still growing. All right, you don't want to fall back. You don't want to fall by the wayside. All right, so you're gonna go through some difficult times, and just have to understand it is necessary. Just like Dr. Hart had his little, little lesson. All right, hard times make strong men, and strong men, create good times. Good times make weak men, and weak men, you know, make hard times, create hard times. Yeah, so you don't want to fall into the path of being weak-minded, always looking for a good time, always looking for the sweet things of this world. It's not gonna help you in the long run. That's why it's time to purge yourself, to purify yourself in the spirit of the Lord Yabashima Shaba Shima Kwakwadash. Alright, because you hear about the time of Jacob's trouble, you understand what our people had to deal with, so you don't have any excuse not to prepare yourself. Alright, and that's what it boils down to when it's talking about preparing yourself, meaning you're getting yourself ready before the action comes. It's not when the action comes that you start to prepare yourself, okay? So you gotta be ahead of the curve. Yep. And another precept is gonna be from the book of Sirach. Sirach chapter 22. Alright. Sirach 22 verse 23. It says, "Be faithful to thy neighbor in his poverty, that thou mayest rejoice in his prosperity." Alright, so that's what it's about. When brothers are in the jam, in the low point, you have to be able to empathize with that brother and walk with him. Alright, and you're supposed to pull him up. The Lord by Shema Shai gives you the resources, the strength, the spiritual courage. That's what it boils down to. It's not going to be easy, but it has to be done. Alright, it says, "Be faithful to thy neighbor." Surah 22 verse 23. "Be faithful to thy neighbor in his poverty, that thou mayest rejoice in his prosperity." All right, so it's not always about carnal things. It may also be when he doesn't have the knowledge of certain breakdown, you know, of certain proverbs or prophecies. You should be able to share what you know to get the brother on a stable ground. All right. So when that brother moves up, you're able to rejoice because a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Okay. And it says that thou mayest rejoice in his prosperity. So we all have to prosper while we're doing the work of the Lord, the Abba Shima Shai. Alright, so it says, abide steadfast unto him in the time of his trouble. That means us when brothers need to get tight. Okay. Brothers need to check on each other in the spirit, stay current with the chats and all that stuff. The videos and uploading of current events and all that stuff. That thou may be here with him in his heritage. All right, because at the end of the day, when you go to get that award, you're gonna remember the brothers that stood with you. Okay, and that's exactly what it boils down to. You're gonna know who your folks are. And the truth. They're able to stay with you till the end. All right, because it's not gonna be a one-man show. Even though there are times where you're gonna be tested, individually or separated. But at the end of the day, the race has to be finished. It's not the one man's race. Several men running the same race, but they're gonna finish at several, different times. Okay, but nonetheless, they still finish the race. For a mean estate is not always contemned, nor the rich that is foolish to be had in admiration. All right. So it's not really about the physical appearance of things, the perception of things. It's about the intent. And that's what the Lord Abba Shemasha wants us to be concerned about. The intents of the heart. You see a sincere brother, walk with him. So at the end of the day, when the two of you make it to the end, then you know that the journey's what is sweeter, when you have company at the end of the race than being there by yourself. All right. And then another precept is going to be from the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verses 40 all the way to the end. All right. So it says, "He that receiveth me," it's like he that receiveth you, receiveth me. All right. That's what it boils down to. Okay. It's about holding on to this gospel of the Lord Yahweh Shai. So Matthew chapter 10 verse 40, he that receiveth you, receiveth me, because we are the ambassadors of the Lord Yahweh Shai. So once the message of the Lord Yahweh Shai is brought to the people, and the people accept it and hold on to it, that means they've accepted the authority of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and they're willing to go along with his program. And that's what we've been urged to do on a daily basis, to compel the people to come for the marriage. And he that receiveth me, receiveth him that sent me. All right, that's what it is. Chain of command. All right, the ambassadors go out, represent the president, the so-called prime minister. And the prime minister may have someone above him, like a king. All right, and that's what it is, And then verse 41 says, he that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. Meaning, you're going to get salvation. All right? And all the gravy that comes with it, the bells and whistles, the billions and billions and billions of acres of land, your own so-called galaxy, children, your family, you name it, the Lord got it. Okay? And it says that he that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive the prophet's reward. All right. And he that receiveth the righteous man in the name of the righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. And that's what it boils down to when you support the gospel, when you support the body of the Lord Yahushua. You get the benefits at the end of the race. All right. So this is not a get rich quick scheme. All right. This is a long term, assets management. That's what it boils down to. Okay. So you gotta know how to be patient all the way to the end. All right. And you just have to hope the Lord Yabashima Shai blesses you with that courage to accept the responsibilities that comes with preaching this gospel, because we're all going to be tested now and then until we receive our reward, which is salvation. Okay, so always remember that you're going to go through your darkest hour, and you have to have brothers along the way. Okay, that doesn't mean you're going to be standing next to a brother while he's getting persecuted. It might be individually. Okay, so just gotta let your light shine, let your faith, you know, go on autopilot to the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai. All right. And one more precept, just to wrap it up. So this is the book of Galatians, chapter 6. We're gonna start from verse 1. It says, "Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore him such an one in the spirit of meekness." And that's what it is. That's what it means, about being your brother's keeper, right? To make sure that the brother's faults do not multiply, all right? That things get fixed in a timely manner, right? Because you don't wait to the last minute to start fixing things. You start as early as possible. Once you start seeing the signs and the actions, you gotta make sure you get up in front of it before everything, becomes metastasized. All right. Lest thou, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. So that means you have to check yourself. You have to prepare yourself, for tough times that are coming, because your brothers might be, pissed off. They might get weak. But at the same time, you yourself, you have to look at yourself, do you have what it takes to help the brother? And when you don't really have it at that moment in time, you got to pray to the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai to boost your courage, you boost your faith up, so you're willing to assist the brother and help the brothers get to the next level. It's about weathering the storm. Okay, in choppy waters, your boat is going back and forth. All right, just like the disciples. The Lord Yahweh Shai was sleeping and just chilling. You just have to make sure that you don't panic. All right, you don't get distracted. All right. Then verse 2 says, "Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Hamashiach Yahushai." All right. And that's what it boils down to. You know, helping a brother to move on to the next level when times are tight. All right. So just pray, Lord, that Bashima Shai, gives that solid foundation, because you can't be weak like a feather, weak like cotton. You gotta be hard as a rock, you gotta know how to endure difficulties, because the Lord Yahweh Shai has given us this knowledge to push, to push whatever is in our way to the side, all these obstacles, we have to crush it. Okay, and that's what it boils down to. Like him, we're in the business of crushing obstacles. So just pray, Lord Yahweh Shai continues to give you that strength, to smash and dash all that madness that the world is throwing your way. All right. So that's the point that I came. Hope you've been edified. And I pray, Lord, Yahweh Shai continue to bless us with this knowledge and to grow in the spirit. Shalom.